Welcome to a series that I guess we're calling Family Movie Night, where we take turns picking a movie to watch and talk about. It can be any genre. Girl, we ain't talking. So it was decided that I would pick first, although we kind of picked together on the first two. And we decided to start out with an actual family movie, and we picked Tommy Tricker and the Stamp Traveler from 1988. It's a Canadian film, although the director is from Australia originally. It seems like this was always on TV in the early 90s. I was in high school, you were in elementary school. It's about a group of kids that are into stamp collecting, and one kid in particular, Tommy Tricker, is, well, as his name would imply, he's a trickster, and he's always scamming the other kids out of money and stamps or whatever. And he talks this other boy, Ralph, into trading him one of his dad's rare stamps. And of course his dad gets really mad, so in order to make it up to his dad, he, along with his sister and the smart boy in the class, I guess,
the nerd, the nerdy nerd,
they discover stamp travel, which is, there's some kind of magic that's not really explained, where he's able to shrink down and transport himself inside a stamp, and then the stamp can be mailed anywhere in the world on a letter, and so you can travel that way.
It's really odd because all he does is just chant these words and it happens, and then they cannot pick up said letter because they are, what is it, known to him,
repulsed by the knowing hand or something.
So they can't pick it up to mail it, so he has to rely on
strangers.
Yeah, it's crazy. You were probably getting to that part and I just messed you up.
Well, I wasn't actually going to give that part away.
Oh. Well, then I did just mess you up.
But I'll just go ahead and ask you, what are your thoughts on this movie? How do you feel about this movie?
I love this movie. It's kind of like cheesy fun. And Tommy Tricker is probably my favorite character. And then the little Chinese boy is really cute. But I just love so much about it. I mean, the music for one. There's like 2 songs, and then there's like some music when he gets on the stamp that I kind of just enjoy. So, yeah.
Yeah, it actually has a very young Rufus Wainwright in the movie, and the way he got to be in the movie. There's actually a documentary on YouTube by the filmmaker. I'll put a link in the description because it was really good. But yeah, his mother and her sister were actually the ones who did the composing on it, so that's how he came to be involved, because she was like, well, I have an 11-year-old son that writes songs. And
there you go.
I mean, I'm not really familiar with his music.
I definitely ain't.
It's not really something I would listen to.
I've heard of the name, but that's about it.
I mean, I've listened to it, but it's not my thing. But I really like the song he does in the movie. All the kids are pretty good. I mean, Ralph is adorable.
Oh, yes.
But the director, Michael Rubo, I don't know if that's how you say his name, but he wanted to get non-actor kids, so he actually went around to schools and like auditioned kids from like 6th grade or whatever, and just had them kind of improvise scenes, and he videotaped it, and that's how he picked all the kids.
That's interesting.
You should really watch that little behind-the-scenes featurette thing, because it was really cool. You would enjoy that. The special effects, I think, hold up pretty well. It's like got some rotoscoping animation type stuff when he's going into stamp form.
And I like the stamps. The stamps are pretty cool. And this actually sparked my interest in collecting stamps at the time. I used to have a stamp collection. I don't even know where it is now, but I'd get stamps, and I don't know if they still sell them, but they used to have those little bags full of stamps, like, I don't know, like 100 stamps or something in a bag, and I'd get those at Hobby Lobby, and they'd look pretty cool, but, you know, probably, I mean, they're not worth anything, but, you know, it was always fun to try to collect them, and then I'd get stamps on letters and stuff. So, yeah.
Part of the movie takes place in Australia, and I swear there's this little kid that reminds me of Adam Paul Beaumont. You can't convince
Oh,
me it's not him.
yes! It so does! Especially when you first see him, it does look, Shannon said that, and I was like, oh my gosh, that's him!
And who did you say Rufus Wainwright looked like?
Off of, Toy Story. What is his? Sid? Is that the kid's name? You know, with the dark shirt and just like, yeah, that's who that reminded me of. For some weird reason, the face, like, head-wise, I don't know.
Anyway, I really like this movie despite, you know, me being older when I saw it. I still really enjoyed it.
And I still enjoy it to this day.
Oh, me
so,
too, definitely.
I mean, it's very entertaining. I mean, you got part of it in China, part of it in Australia. So, you know, and you get to see a little bit of the Chinese culture and everything. It's very interesting. I like it.
So, what would you rate this out of 5?
Out of 5? I don't know. It's hard. A 5.
Yep. I would rate this 5 baby koalas out of 5. Yeah, so Tommy Tricker and the Stamp Traveler. I recommend it.
Yeah.
I think it's fun.
Yeah, definitely. Don't have to be a kid to watch it, in my opinion.
I'm not one to, like, ask people to thumbs up or subscribe or leave a comment or anything. So, I'm just going to say, and this is going on your channel. So, yeah, cheers. Thanks a lot.